to F YouTube, the segment where we bring peace to the oh no, that's Miss Universe. Our first question's about bloatware. Well, I prefer to call them my milkshake pants. So soft and roomy.
Recently I bought a Samsung Galaxy Tab 3 Lite from Harvey Norman.
Whoa, slow down.
Yeah, I guess Grace does speak a little fast.
Not her, the whole show. I haven't understood a thing for years.
Fair call. Anyway, Grace had a problem when she bought her tablet.
Oh, that reminds me.
On the ticketed price, the box and the catalogue, it all advertised 8GB of storage. However, when I went to transfer some awesome study music, it said I only had an available 5GB. And I thought, okay, this is a bit off.
Bloatware is software you didn't ask for that comes pre-installed on your computer, tablet or phone, and Samsung loves it. Last year, a UK consumer group found the 16GB Samsung S4 phone had less than 9GB of actual storage, worse than any other 16GB phone. Even the phone with the least bloatware, the iPhone 5C, out of the box already had about a quarter of its storage used on programs like Siri and Apple Maps.
Siri, ask Apple Maps to locate my tablets.
It's kind of like trying to buy a 5-seater car and finding out that 2 of the seats are already taken by people from the car company. Now, sometimes preloaded apps can be removed, but other times they can't. They're taking up space the owner can't get access to, which is why in South Korea, they've just passed laws that all non-vital software must be deletable. And that is obviously not the case here.
Left. No, right. No, turn around.
Shut up, Apple Maps!
But Grace knows this. She just wants to know
Why, on so many levels, these companies can advertise higher storage capacities when in reality consumers are getting much less.
I guess they'd say they're telling you the size of the drive, Grace, but in your case, they're advertising the storage as 8GB. And if you're only getting 5/8 of that storage, that seems pretty misleading. Is it illegal though? Siri, is this illegal?
I'm sorry, Kirsten. You deleted me.
Oh, God, I did too. And now to Michael.
Don't fly with them, don't fly with them.
Hi, this is Michael, and today I'm asking Qantas why my confirmed ticket did not mean a confirmed seat.
I bet I know who got Michael's seat. Come on, Michael, if you're going to buy a seat at the last minute,
In April last year, I bought a ticket for a December flight.
Oh, well, that's probably enough notice for them then.
They explained that all the airlines around the world oversell a proportion of their tickets.
That's got to be an urban myth. It's the kind of thing you find on some obscure conspiracy website, like the Qantas official conditions of carriage?
Airline flights may be overbooked.
Wow, let's hope that practice doesn't catch on. Just the sandwich, thanks.
$5, thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, we sold it to her too.
If an airline tells you that your booking is confirmed, what they really mean is, we know from this money you've given us that you want to take a particular flight, but we're going to just wait until just before the plane leaves to decide if we'll give you a seat. Well, that seems pretty misleading, and eminent consumer law experts agree.
So you know how to take the reservation, you just don't know how to hold the reservation. And that's really the most important part of the reservation, the holding. Anybody can just take them.
I wish we could get laughs out of consumer affairs like that. Michael asks,
Now, if Qantas and other airlines oversell their tickets all the time, then why don't they have a list of a policy or rights that passengers have?
Well, they do, Michael, in their conditions of carriage.
Our denied boarding compensation policy is available on request.
We did request it, and 5 days, 2 hours and 58 minutes later, Qantas replied, officially refusing our request to make their available on request policy available. But it's clear that Qantas's practice is to deal with overbooking by offering you a seat on the next flight.
We can offer you the next available lunch at 8 o'clock tonight. No extra charge.
But you don't have to accept that offer, and if you don't, they'll compensate you. Not the compensation in their mysterious policy either, the compensation you're entitled to. In Australia, that's the consumer law. Qantas says you get compensation as well as meals, refreshments, accommodation if necessary, transport and telephone calls. But we don't see how Qantas can refuse to compensate passengers dudded by overbooking for any loss that's reasonably foreseeable.
Like the loss of my tablets.
And the same goes for all airlines operating in Australia. To bank fees, and a big thumbs up to Bank West, where if you cancel an existing direct debit arrangement, they'll charge you a $15 fee. Oh, sorry, did I say thumb? That's the one. And now to a story from John.
As a recently married man, I thought it was about time to set up a joint bank account for myself and my new wife. One thing I noticed though when I was looking around at the different banks' websites was that they don't seem to be charging that little $5 monthly account service fee anymore.
So banks aren't charging a fee. This is good news. Oh, apart from John being off the market.
Oh, damn.
But John found it strange that while no new accounts had this fee, he was still paying it for his existing ANZ account.
So I contacted the ANZ on Twitter and they said that's true, that's only for new accounts. If you do already have an account, you can keep paying the fee.
So it's another lazy tax. The customer who trusts the bank gets slugged, while the customer who switches or asks questions doesn't.
But if I sent them my details, then they'd get back to me and we could probably work something out.
That's the same thing I said to John.
So it could be worth asking your bank, or indeed any service provider, if they're giving you the best available terms. I know it's awkward, but just ask the question.
John, are you sure you're getting the best available?
Finally, we get a lot of tip-offs, but every now and then one really strikes a chord with us, like this one from Ms. Smerston Flysdale. I'm really annoyed by that new Optus advert where they say yes to everything Josh Thomas wants.
I want to dance with some beautiful people. And they said yes. Tiny kittens. No, gigantic kittens. And they said yes!
I doubt they're really that nice to their customers. Great question, Smerston. We get all kinds of complaints about Optus, from charging customers a non-direct debit fee to sending out confusing bills. But maybe this new yes ad will change everything.
I'm just looking if I get one of these.
Yeah.
$40 a month.
Yep.
Does this come with a gigantic kitten?
No, it doesn't actually come with a gigantic kitten.
Well, but can I get that?
Can you? Yeah, there's a pet store down there.
Give you a balloon.
I don't want a balloon. I want a gigantic kitten. I want to dance with beautiful people. I want, Elizabethan skydivers. I thought if I asked for a gigantic kitten, Optus would say yes.
No, we're saying more yes, but not yes to everything.
Oh, that's not in the ad, though.
Dennis.
And that's not the only misleading Optus ad of late. The Supreme Court of Victoria recently pinged Optus for another ad in which they implied that Optus covers 98.5% of Australia, when it's actually only 98.5% of the population, or 12.6% of Australia. So Optus was forced to make corrective ads telling people its coverage is 1/8 as good as they said. But I didn't see those ads. Did you see those ads?
I didn't see them during Poirot.
Strange they were so low-key. Thankfully, Josh Thomas volunteered to spread the word in another ad.
And I said,
are you the telco whose network's only 1/8 as good as you implied?
And they said yes!
Good night. That Smerston seemed nice.